Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing today? Feeling pretty good, feeling pretty great. This is the Dirty Closet Pals podcast, where even if your closet is clean, it is
It's
dirty
dirty
today. But you know what? We ain't the only ones in this closet today. Like we got some special love with us today. I would like to introduce not just a friend, but a hard-working, like I would say triple threat, but that would be lowering the amount of threats that she is.
Yes, we got Cosplay Twerk over here. I can say words. Cosplay Twerk is here with us.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, darling. How have you been?
I have been good. I've been good. How about y'all?
We're doing all right.
You know us, day by day to see a better day.
Right, exactly. And before we get into our topic for today, which is working and twerking.
Hey.
Wow, it's like we almost got a pro for this.
Right. A topic near and dear to us.
Near and dear to our
near and dear to all of us.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
If your heart was a little further south. And just a little,
yeah, just a
little 180.
But, before we get started, I just wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to some of the cons we'll be at this year.
Oh, for sure.
Next week, of course, we have Awesome Con coming up, and Twerk, you're gonna be there.
Yes, I'll be there.
I feel like you're gonna be at every con we're gonna be at.
Basically.
Hey, look, she hopped in the closet. She's not. Sorry, she's done now. She's just she's a part of the crew.
Right.
Oh, yay, I'm a part of the closet.
Exactly. The closet just got a little dirtier.
Right. What's awesome about Awesome Con is that it's going to be the same weekend as Father's Day and also Juneteenth.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Also, don't get your dad just socks. Unless it's been 20 years, because then those probably the same socks he's wearing. But if you gave it to him 4 years in a row, I think he's good.
Yeah. Socks and ties, maybe we can let those go.
Yeah.
And we can find better presents.
You know what? Get your dad a gift card. I promise you, he'll find a way to spend the money.
Gift cards are always a good gift.
Why not? Why not?
He gonna be shocked too. He's like, what? Money?
But
give it back to you, then it's a gift for you.
Right, exactly.
It's a gift. He's like, no, I got a thing. He's gonna re-gift. He's gonna from dad to son.
In addition to Awesome Con and next week being so eventful, we also have next month Blurred Con coming up.
Ooh,
yes.
Specifically.
Yeah, we were just talking before we actually went live. We were just talking about how we lost so much weight at Blurred Con last year. It was so hot, and we were running around so much and doing so many lots of dances.
So much to do.
Lots of dances.
The amount of sleep I did not get at Blurred Con.
Right. It's the Blurred Con diet. That's what
it's not made for sleep. You're supposed to just stay up the whole weekend.
It's real wild to wake up and then just be like, well, throw some costume on, go to breakfast. Other people are there. Everybody half asleep. Just like.
Right.
And to see them same people regress through the weekend and slowly die a little bit inside, but then on the last day being like, I miss this. That shit is always
I know, but then your heartbroken leaving.
Yeah. You're looking at the con, you're like, no. But a little bit of the con is with you, and that's called the con crud.
I literally cannot wait. People have been asking me all year if I'm going to Blurred Con, and I'm like, yes. I cannot wait for Blurred Con.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the top questions, the top cons that people ask about. Are you going to be at Blurred Con? I think we just don't have a lot of spaces where Black people can just be and wear costumes and do what we want to do. And I feel like that was one of the first safe spaces that we had. And luckily now there's a lot of other Black conventions coming up so that we have the opportunity multiple times a year. But Blurred Con, definitely a vibe.
No, you're 100% right, because I'll post a picture that has nothing to do with cosplay whatsoever. They're like, yeah, you at Blurred Con though.
Right. Are you going to be at Blurred Con though?
Every conversation goes back to Blurred Con.
Yeah. They were like, bro, do you remember last year at Blurred Con?
Right, exactly. And also this year, so for the first time, we'll be at the Cos Gala also in September. For sure, And then we also have Fayetteville Comic Con in October. So people can come out, see us at one of those events.
Hey, moral of the story, Dirty Closet Pals, we outside.
We're booked. We're booked solid.
I'm busy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like I said, we in these streets, come pull up on us. We told you we're going to be at.
What other cons do you have this year, other than the ones we just said, clearly?
I literally have my list because I remember nothing unless it's written down. So BlurredCon, San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
I'm gonna do Maryland Poppin' HorrorCon, probably CatCon.
Wait, can you tell me a little bit about CatCon really quickly?
So CatCon is like the cat lovers version of Comic-Con. It's like a cat lady convention.
Oh my god!
I was wondering. I pictured like a bunch of kittens like in one spot. I said, "Do you know how much fucking money they were finna make?"
Yes, and I've never been before, so this will be my first year at that.
Oh my goodness, money I couldn't even imagine. Like people are just gonna be like, "Let me."
And I think it's more so like people just coming to adopt cats and stuff, and like different kind of vendors. But I'm gonna cosplay Catwoman and Black Cat, of course. So that's
you know what? You have a little milk bowl. or don't. It's so many cats around. That's a risk.
I know.
All the cats will be after me.
That's how she's luring them home. That's
she's like the Pied Piper, but with cats.
Right.
Pretty much. I only have one so far, so I'm not a crazy cat lady yet.
Yeah.
And we've both had cats before, so clearly we have a problem as well.
Shout outs to Shadow, my boy.
So I also have. What else on this list that I'm going? Oh, Baltimore Comic-Con in September, and then Exotica DC again. And
you know what? We might be there too. Who knows?
Yes!
You know what? We have to run it back.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it was right near my birthday, so I felt like I was like, "Is this?"
It's a birthday party for you,
right? Is this my new birthday event?
Pretty much.
If history repeats itself,
I know. Good times.
I'm back for it.
Good times. The faded to silence. Lord Jesus.
I felt like a DJ. Run it back. Just hit the same drop over and over. What's that shit? Drop a bomb.
Basically. But anywho, another con that we all know and love, HBCU Con, that actually is where we met you, Twerk.
It seems like it was not even that long ago.
It both feels like it was yesterday and like it was years ago.
Yeah, like 6 years ago.
Because I feel like I've known you for a long time.
I feel like we went undergrad together or some shit. But like, that was like last year.
Right, exactly. So we met at HBCU Con because both of us were in the fashion show.
Yes.
And I remember me and JJ later talking about the fashion show because he was in the audience while we were practicing and then later on in the day. And I think some of the other people who were waiting for their turn and like some people's boyfriends and just other side people were in the audience. And I think they were talking to you and like, oh, who's your girlfriend? You know, kind of trying to point people out. And then I think you had mentioned
so there was this dude there from Atlanta and his girlfriend was cosplaying and she kind of like got him into it. But you could tell like he was like, nah, I'm just like, my girl got me here. But I was like, yeah, nah, but you into stuff. And so me and him was talking and he's like telling me his fandoms. But then y'all start practicing this stuff. I was like, oh yeah, my girl's in the fashion show. He was like, mine's too. And she was like wearing like some anime thing. I think she had like some wings and like makeup or something on at the time. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Mine's over there. You and Charlie were in line. And this is I did not know you yet. This was so funny. And he was like, her right there? I was like, who? And I looked and I saw you. And then he was making a face. I was like, no, but I said, bro, if I was like, that's a wild fucking take, bro. And he was like, oh, no, bro, my bad, but not my bad, but also your girl on stage. Matter of fact, I hope you're not watching this because I dry snitched on him.
I know you
did.
I said, dang.
Hey, tell the truth, shame the devil. But you already had a fan. Like literally the first time I ever saw you is because he was like, her? And I looked and I was like, no, but also, wow, bro, we can't be homies now. But then, like, right afterwards, while y'all doing the fashion show, you know, you killed it.
Yeah.
You came on, you did your
First
thing.
of all, Charlie killed it completely. I was so nervous. My feet hurt. It, like, threw off my vibe. But Charlie killed it.
No,
there was
real.
a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just needed a little bit of structure. And once we got it, we were on
Exactly. So I'm gonna let her tell the other side of this story because that's what I'm saying. It was just me and the crowd.
No, yeah.
So yeah, literally the first time, like that was hilarious because that's literally how I saw you the first time. And then I was just like, oh, probably never see that person again. Plot twist: the dude from Atlanta who I was supposed to be cool with, we never talked again, and now I've been talking to you for like a year. Like,
I know. Now
life is strange. Life is funny.
Weird.
That's just
a small world.
It's a small fucking world.
It is.
But we met you backstage and doing runway clearly. But what other kind of modeling do you do?
So modeling, I mean, what I do on Instagram, I don't even really like refer to it as modeling because I'm just like, I just take pictures and throw them up there. So
I just look this good.
Oh yeah, she's like, I just wake up in the morning and am excellent.
Oh my god,
I'm sorry.
No, like I just try really hard. Like it's like such a fun hobby, you know.
Yeah.
So, but before the HBCU Con fashion show, I hadn't done like any like runway modeling type stuff in like forever, since like high school probably. So I was like a fish out of water at the time, like because it had been so long.
I was in the car.
I know it came back like it's like riding a bike, I guess. Like
she said, I was a fish out of water that swiftly hopped back in. Like what you talking about?
Y'all are sweet.
You're telling the story like I wasn't there. I was like,
No, I was like, just you know how you get that like anxiety like right before a con or whatever. Like I had that anxiety before the fashion show. Like I just felt crazy.
I get that.
Yeah.
Oh, for fact.
That shit's real. You be looking in the mirror at a costume you loved right before you go out to the con. You be like, I've never looked this fucking bad in my whole life. You're like, I'm finna leave the room like this.
What's also funny is that like then we went backstage and went right back into cosplay, and I felt like you were a completely different person. Like
I was itching to get into my cosplay. Like literally the entire time I'm at the con, not in cosplay, I'm like, fuck. I need to be in cosplay.
Yes, it feels weird to be at a con and you're like, I'm in regular clothes, but I need to do a fashion show.
You're like, they don't even know I'm about to drop a bomb.
And that was the day I did Little Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, they about to kick me out, but I'm going to put this cosplay on for like 5 minutes before I get kicked out of here.
Girl, as soon as I saw you, I said, is that the same girl?
You did, because we were walking down.
Is that the girl who was walking behind me in the runway?
No, I literally said, I was like, oh yeah, I said, that's old girl that dude was like,
yeah. I was like, amazing. I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah.
But,
so
what other stuff have you been getting into? What other endeavors do you have?
Oh gosh. So in between like my full-time job, I substitute teach. I work for an adult maid service. So we do topless lingerie and nude home cleaning. And I used to dance, but now I'm just doing like private dancing. I'm not dancing in a club anymore. So like everything is just chaotic all the time. Like I literally can't keep my head on because I just don't know what's going on. Like it's just always something. So a lot. And then squeezing in the time for cons and stuff too, because that's like so important to me. Like that's my hobby, that's my fun. So I'm like, I must do that.
Oh yeah,
that makes perfect sense.
For facts.
Yeah,
that's a lot of different things.
They say get you somebody who can do both. She's doing like 8 things.
I know. I feel like every time I'm looking on your story, you're doing a different thing. You're always in the gym, also.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Hey, don't miss a day.
Right.
Oh, I miss days. Absolutely.
I don't know how you do it all.
Like I feel like you understand it though, because like we're both Sagittarius, so we're just always doing a billion things. Like I don't know how to sit still. That's my problem.
We don't know how to stop it. That is a problem. Like JJ's always telling me to like relax, take a day off or do something. But I feel like if I'm not being productive in one aspect of my life, then I can't stand it. I have to be moving.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like for me, I feel like I can't just be like sitting still doing nothing, just like silent in my head, you know, like I'm just like, I can literally have a day where I have nothing planned and somebody might be like, hey, you want to go like to Six Flags or something? And I'm like, I was going to watch TV and like relax, but sure. let me go stress myself out and do something else. Like I cannot say no. It's crazy.
It's true. It's true. It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it must be hard.
Oh yeah, Aries don't relate.
No, you know what it is though? It's like if it really doesn't align with something I want to do, I can be like, I love you, but fuck that. I'm not finna go. But at the same time, I'd be like, whatever you're doing either right after that, or if you're doing something different, I'm not saying don't try again.
No, it's so hard for me to say no. I wish I could like be like you, because sometimes I'm like, damn, you know, why did I like agree to like 10 things in one day when I know I'm gonna be tired? But it's like,
to be fair,
every time I'm like, every time I overextend myself, I always feel like, but I still had fun though. So why not?
For sure, yeah. And I know that life too. There's a lot of times where I'm like, yeah, like I'll put up a fake fight. Like I'm not gonna do that.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing it.
I feel like when we're out, people always assume like you're the person who got us out because you're the social one when we are out. But I have to push you out so that we can be social. But then once we're there, I'm quiet and you're social.
Oh yeah, no,
wow.
No lie.
We flip.
I'm a party monster. Like I am in the middle of the club, drinking everything. I'm like, fuck the club.
Like, he's the spotlight. He's
and then I'm like, well, that's enough. And then I'll just disappear. Like I like the party will be at his latest, and then like you'll look around and be like, where'd he go? And you'll see a story of me at home, like, wow, what a move. Like you don't even know when I left. I don't say shit either.
Right. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Well, you mentioned earlier that you're a substitute teacher and you do a lot of different things. How do you balance some of your jobs that might be like your maid service or like a potentially seen as not safe for work kind of job versus your day job? How do you juggle those?
Ooh, the juggling part is hard because I travel a lot, like for my full-time job. And so at one point I was just like, okay, whenever I'm out of town, like, let me try to make content or whatever then, so that when I'm home, I can have like time to relax or whatever. But that method really wasn't working for me because I felt like I just never had any time. Because like I'll be doing stuff when I'm out of town, when I'm home, it's like other stuff going on. So I just was like never really free. So I think like the balance that I found is just having to like not do too much. Like at one point with my Instagram, I was like always doing photo shoots, like a couple every week. And it was like so much fun. But then also sometimes I'm not getting content back. And it's like I've put in like 8, 9, 10 hours, whatever, because sometimes photo shoots can just be that kind of vibe. And then I'm like, wow, I just did all that and got nothing out of it. So like I had to just kind of take a step back, and instead of like living inside of this Instagram world, I had to like live in the real world and just tell myself like, you know, my following, it'll grow in the time frame that it's meant to grow. I don't have to rush anything. I don't have to like do too much, because at the end of the day, like, you know, likes are likes.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, it's not that serious. Like, it's cool. Like, I love that people like appreciate my art or whatever, but like, you know, I have to make sure like I'm good as well. Like, I can't just always like pour into my social media and not pour into me.
Yeah, it's real when you start living and dying by like how many views your reel gets or like how whatever, because you're like, yesterday I used the same hashtag and I got blah blah blah. That shit. Ooh, yeah.
It's hard because you put so much work in, and like one thing will do good, and then it's such a roller coaster that you start to get discouraged. Like you're trying to find the patterns. Let me learn the algorithm. Let me do all these things. It's a full-time job just really to do that.
It is.
So you're like, wow, you're still using pictures?
Right.
You're like, what do you mean?
I like the pictures though. I'm not a real girl. I am a picture girl. Like, because I feel like video situations for me can be so awkward, but photos, like it might be like 20 and maybe like 4 of them are really, you know, giving. And then the other ones are not. But like in a video, I'm like, what do? I don't know.
No.
And it's weird because for me, I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like in pictures, Now I'm doing better with pictures though. I'm
yeah,
feeling a lot better
no,
with pictures. But I feel like if I can move, I'm gonna win you over because like.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could talk, because you're just funny in general, so like I feel like that works for you.
Yeah, I just like, oh no, give me a chance to like say something.
Yeah, any opportunity for me to get in my own head, I'm there. Like I'm like, oh, I did too much. Oh, I said that wrong. Oh, I whatever. And pictures, I've been practicing photography and modeling for so long.
Oh my goodness.
That I at very least know myself.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. She's being modest. I believe you just ran a modeling panel.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh my God.
But
and with poses and different things. So
don't be modest. I want to hear about it.
Yeah, no, exactly right. Like, hold on. She's just like, oh, I might know me. I think a room thinks you knew a little bit more than you. But I'm gonna just say, but continue.
No, I'm just saying.
Wait, when you say go off,
when I fixate on something, I fixate on it, and ever since I was probably in my early teens, photography and modeling both have been an art form that I really appreciated, like as art itself. And I always looked at like Victoria's Secret very specifically, and a couple of models, probably Tyra Banks, of course, Naomi Campbell, like the greats, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I would post pictures on my wall. I would study. I would think about like the things that they were saying. I was just super involved in like staring at how do they move their body? What's considered like more artistic? What's avant-garde? What's whatever? And that was just the art form that I loved. So I just kept pursuing that. So photos to me are where it's at. Like I love getting with a good photographer and they're bringing out the best in you. Like I feel like just the two arts mixing together is just my favorite thing.
Yeah, it's about that connection. Like the photographer sees something in you from, their side of the camera and everything. And that's why I don't like to take my own pictures. I hate it because I'm like, it doesn't do the same thing,
Yeah.
And that's another thing with like creating content. Like for a while, like my stuff would just be slow because I'm not doing my own stuff. There are some cosplayers that take their own photos, amazing. But for me, I'm like, I have an idea in my head that is not going to happen unless somebody else takes the picture. Like that's just how
angles, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For facts, I take a lot of my own pictures, but when JJ takes them or when I have somebody else take them, it's a completely different thing. I feel like there's a difference between when you're taking a picture and then it's like a side by side with the character and you're like, see, I'm doing the pose and I'm being the character. Or it's like just me in this wall to show I did this character versus like the different angles he gets more specifically for like OnlyFans or something.
Yeah.
The pictures I'm not taking of myself, what I mean?
No, at that point, I'm feeling like 3-time MVP All-Star. Like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm walking with the camera. They're like, at starting point. I'll be like, I'm so ready. I'm like, coach, we've been waiting our whole life.
Because also when we're shooting ourselves, we're thinking about the things we like about ourselves and we're trying to capture the things we see. Yes. But when it's somebody else, they're capturing the things the outside world sees and what everybody else finds beautiful and finds artistic that we might not see in ourselves. And I feel like that always brings something else to it.
I will throw out one serious note though to photographers out there. Listen to your models though, because if they like it, they're right. Because they're paying, it's their product. Even if you have an artistic vision, even if you have an artistic eye and you really like how something looks, that's cool. That's not what they're paying for.
Thanks.
You legitimately have to listen to the input because that's how you get repeat business. You know who comes back? People who like, I loved what you did because not only does it look like something I wanted, it may be like in a different way than I would have expected, but it was still what I wanted. But when you're like, no, we're not, that's a dumb idea. We're going to scrap this and do. No, it doesn't matter if the picture came out flawless, quote unquote, like you lost somebody.
Yeah.
So like, I just really wanted to say like for photographers, like, listen, that's as simple as that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's also important, just like
I love horror movies.
The fact that I'm like a guest at the Cos Gala and the theme is Monsters Ball is ridiculous.
I mean,
I would ask your cosplay, but is it a surprise?
Oh no, I can tell you. I actually, because I'm scared of everything, I found a way around. I always do this because at Fear Fest, I was Robin from Stranger Things, and I just had the ice cream outfit on. And so for the Cos Gala, I'm going to be Floor, the rabbit from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. That'll be cute. He has
a scary like trap mouth, and he's like all gross.
You know what's messed up? I was telling her because the thing was Monsters Ball. I said you could always be dressed up as Halle Berry and pretend like you would.
True.
Hey, no one's trying to hear me out though.
Is that the one where she was topless?
No, that's the one where she was like, make me feel good.
Oh,
I remember that shit.
Back to the show.
Halle Berry generational work.
Back to the show. Okay. So a lot of times when people are getting into like OnlyFans content, Fansly, lewd photos, those kind of things, I think the fear is that you could potentially lose your job or opportunities in the future. Yeah. But what has been your experience with that?
Well, I think that is a very realistic fear for people to have. But the thing with like jobs actually caring about that is it's 2023. If you are worried about naked pictures of somebody, there's probably naked pictures of literally everybody on the internet at this point.
At this point.
Like if you were an adult who lived through the pandemic, it's some nudes of you on the internet.
Yeah, because nobody was around nobody.
Right.
You had to like you're right. In 2023, it's one of those things where it's like if someone's judging you, it's just because your nudes haven't leaked yet. Like it's why?
Right. Like there's no reason to judge people for that, you know? Yeah. Like I've seen all these stories about like teachers who like, you know, got OnlyFans accounts like to pay for classroom supplies and stuff, and then they end up making way more money than what their salaries were like working for the school system. Like it's still a job, you know? Yeah. So like you can't knock somebody for making money. Like nobody else is out here like, let me pay all this girl's bills, you know? So it's like she going out there and getting it for herself. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I wish I could sign up for OnlyFans. Like that shit ain't out there. I'll be the first.
OnlyFans.
Like fucking right. Like you got it.
Oh my God.
No, for a fact, I feel like I have such a strong fear. Like I'm like, I don't want anyone to know it's me. You know, like I used to have such an intense fear, and it's still there. Like I'm slowly building my confidence, but it's been a process. Quite the process.
Yeah, I hate the fact that there's a stigma attached to it, because even like in the dating world, you know, like there's all the memes about like guys not wanting to talk to OnlyFans girls, but it literally could be like your next door neighbor and you would never know. Some of the pages, people don't show their faces. Like you would really never know. So it's just like,
bro, that's your mom. You don't love your mom.
Right.
Like chill out. Also, how you know you on OnlyFans? My thing is, how you gonna be a subscribee and be mad at the subscriber?
Right.
Sorry, it like the connection got slow for a second. It's probably my internet, honestly. What was that?
Oh no, I was like, how you gonna be the subscribee and then be mad? You know what I mean? Like
right,
be mad at the subscription.
Right.
Like you can't hate and support. Like pick a struggle. Like you can't be mad at me and then be like, oh, I'm not worthy to date. You're funding my life. Like I'm very confused. You're sending mixed messages.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Like so many people ask me how JJ feels about my stuff, like my content,
ask her.
My OnlyFans, my whatever else. I'm like, well, I was doing it before I met him. Like not OnlyFans, but all that, like all my cosplay stuff I was doing prior to meeting him. And I I'm not just going to switch it up because I have a boyfriend or because I started dating someone. Yeah. And we clearly had those conversations up front.
Like, I wasn't asking her to. At all.
And the thing with relationships that are healthy and not toxic, he knows that you're coming home to him every night. So what is on the internet, so what? You know, like that's not even real. Like it's not real life, you know? Like a healthy relationship, like you're not going to be that.
Facts. Yeah, he took half the pictures.
Like I took it. Like, imagine me and like, wow, did you see that thing? I'm like, yeah, bro, I was there. I did it. Like,
teamwork makes the dream work.
No, you ever see something where somebody asks you about some shit you actually went to? Bro, you seen the BET Awards? My nigga, I was on stage. You see me. Like, this is disrespectful at this point.
Right?
And also the fact that a lot of these standards are put so heavily on women, because I don't feel like the job thing has really shown to be an issue for men. There's men in politics right now who have dick pics all over the place, and no one seems to care.
Exactly. But for women, it's like, you know, the scarlet letter, like, you know.
Yeah.
Which that's not cool at all, because I mean, what's good for one is good for all. And
how you gonna want nudes so bad and then shame us for it?
Right.
Yeah, nah, to be completely honest, they're polluting the pool. I don't understand what side you're playing for.
Right.
I'm confused. I was like, how is more nudes bad? I was like, I thought, you know, you remember the Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares? I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like oh God, like what are y'all doing?
They want free nudes. They don't want to pay for their nudes. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's so wild though. Like, you got to pay for everything. You don't
even
get a gumball unless you get a quarter.
Right. Like I've had people message me on Instagram and be like, hey, I don't want my card connected to OnlyFans. Can I just like Cash App you every month? And I'm like, first of all, that's doing the most. Like, no, because what you're hoping is that I'm going to forget and you can just not pay me and you'll still have access. Like the methods that would have to happen in order for that permission even to be granted on OnlyFans, it's like, just go away. Like, it's not even worth it. I'm not charging $1 million a month.
But also, like, I mean, at that amount, but like, that's dumb because, bro, what are you hiding? What are you doing in your personal life that you like, I got my credit card company cannot know? It's not about them. Who's seeing your statement, bro?
Right. Like, people.
Who's seeing your statement, bro? Who's going to be like, so you just spent $175 on OnlyFans, but we were supposed to go dinner last night.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
No, I'll put it to look, the math was mathing real quick. I said, he's like, it ain't because your credit card company don't give a fuck what you spend your money on.
They really
don't give a shit.
They don't be asking me why you at Chick-fil-A and Chipotle and all kinds of places.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, bro. Hey, you got a nerve. If anything, be quiet. That's crazy. I like that should have made you be like, I should change. But no.
Right. They try.
Like, even with the stigma and the possible like job threats out there and things like that, do you feel like it's worth it?
So I feel like that really depends on the creator, because for me, OnlyFans never became this thing where I was going to use it to replace like a full-time income. Because at the end of the day, like, they're not going to give you health insurance, a 401k, long-term and short-term disability, you know, flexible spending account, like none of that kind of stuff. You could be doing really well for yourself, but like, that doesn't mean everybody's going to save for those, you know, grown-up things that we all need to have money for.
Yeah.
For me, it was like a like part-time kind of thing. And then I was like, I'm never going to make like real money from this if I don't dedicate like full-time hours into it. And I already have like 800 other jobs. So it was just a lot. I wouldn't say that it's worth it like in my situation, but for some people, like, it is. Like, some people are really, really, really good at content creation. And for me, like, editing videos myself and editing photos myself and stuff, that's not my strong suit. Like, I can, like, come up with an idea for a shoot. I can, like, execute that with a photographer, but all that takes time. And sometimes you need to just always have content like readily available.
Yeah.
I did have like male friends who would tell me like, guys don't want to see that photo shoot stuff. Like they want to just see stuff from your phone, blah, blah, blah. But that's the kind of stuff I don't like because I'm so critical of my own photos and videos that I take. I end up hating everything and deleting everything. And then I'm like not moving towards the goal of like getting the content completed, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And there's nothing wrong with artistic integrity. Like having only photos and images and videos of you that flatter you and make you feel happy, that's worth it. Like at the end of the day, because, you know, I always tell her all money isn't good money. So it's like, if you're taking pictures that don't align with how you feel about yourself, like for currency, like that's not. So I feel that that's a real thing.
And those pictures could be on the internet forever. So it's like if they're gonna be out there,
like I can't imagine 20 years later being like, I didn't even fuck with that when I did it.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like fuck that shit didn't like, you know, like sometimes you was like, well, I was vibing with it at the moment, so I can't even be mad. But to like look at some shit like 30 years later and be like, motherfucker really got over it because I ain't even I didn't want to do that shit.
Right.
That's why boundaries are so important because let me tell you, those guys on OnlyFans are gonna push it every time.
Push it to the limit.
It's never gonna be enough. Like I like as soon as they're like see any photo, they're like, why is this not nudes? You know, like immediately, why not nudes? And then probably when it's nudes, it's like, yeah, but how come it's not public masturbation? How come it's not? You know what I mean?
Hey, I get $3.50. Like, I want double penetration.
Right. I want
while
all
you
kinds
look
of stuff.
at the camera and say my government name.
Right. $5.
$5.
You want it all for nothing.
That's
like
crazy.
It's a slippery slope because you might be willing to only show X and they want to see Y and Z. And it's like, you don't really want to like fuck with your morals because of what somebody else wants to see. Like originally, when I started doing cosplay, I never even intended on having an OnlyFans. And people just kept asking me, OnlyFans. And I'm like, nah. But then after a while, I'm like, damn, am I missing a bag? And so then I made one and I'm like, but why? I didn't have to. I could have just had risque cosplay content that was just like sexy enough for Instagram and stuff, but like not on the OnlyFans side of things.
What's interesting is people act like cosplayers don't sell prints of just them in costume for like $5 a print. So like $5 to $10. So for me to be selling nudes to you for $5 is ridiculous. I already sell prints of myself, so I don't mind creating a new avenue for that. Especially since my Instagram, I have a lot of like younger people who look at it and like my family's on there. So I only go but so far. So I thought OnlyFans for me could be more of the lewd cosplay type stuff that a lot of my friends do on Instagram that I'm not doing because I was like, oh, hide all these things of myself until I could like gain more confidence. I was like, somebody might as well pay for it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But then I was getting a lot of people like, nobody wants to see this. They just want to see all these other things. Maybe if you showed your boobs or maybe if blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, well, you can also leave my page because even though you're saying that to me, you're still subscribed every month and you're still paying for it.
Yeah, like,
so I'm not going to change.
That's crazy.
Goofy.
That's too much shit. Man, but even with me, like I didn't expect to be on OnlyFans. Here we are. But also for me, it's just pretty freeing. Like it's just like one of those situations where it's like, you can't tell me what to do with my content or with my body. Like, and not for nothing, like I was doing, what is that? The random question thing that they be doing on Instagram.
Oh yeah. That,
like the ask me a thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Ask me a question anonymously thing.
Clearly that was a question of interest.
That NGL thing.
Yeah, like that not gonna lie or whatever. Like questions. And they were asking wild shit. And I was like, oh, like if there's an interest there, for sure. I take a poll. There's an interest, and like you said, am I missing a bag? Like,
right.
And then I was like, let our powers combine.
Right. Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins. Form up.
Get to
the bed. Take off immediately. But no, seriously. But then also, like, I don't know. I'm too old to care what anybody thinks about me. Like at this point, like,
oh yeah,
I'm living in my truth. My thing is, where the shame comes in, or where people try to shame you, is because they think they have something over you. And I feel like the important things with OnlyFans that we've done too is like take back our power. There's nothing anybody can come back and say to me about her that I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, like we know.
Yeah, you're not gonna be surprised by anything.
Yeah. So, yeah, we talk about everything. We do everything together. Like when you see me, you see we. So like, and it's vice versa. So like to have somebody that you already know has your back, that you can do anything with and trust anybody with, and you can be open and free with, like there's nothing for anything to get back to. Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
that's real.
You be like, hey, I saw his dick, and I'm like, yeah, I took it. Like, what am I saying? Like,
I love that for you.
Yeah, like, oh my goodness, did you see her twerk? It's like someone was smacking her ass, bro. Does this look familiar? Like, it was me. It was me, bro.
The thing is just like, depending on who you are, it's non-existent. I used to strip. So many people have seen me naked. People I went to school with have seen me naked. Whatever. I'm comfortable being naked. I don't care. So, like, if somebody's like, oh, I saw a nude of you, I'm going to be like, well, it was probably fucking fire because I'm not dropping no nudes. It's not fire.
Hey, well, you're welcome. I'm like, hey. How long did you look at it? You came back and looked again, didn't you? You closed your phone like I shouldn't. And then you were like, you hit your unlock passcode and it was like, this is horrible. I know.
Yeah, no, especially in the cosplay community. Yeah. Like at this point, we've seen so many friends naked.
It's not even my thing is,
it's not even about
I'm
nothing.
An adult,
you just
so it happens. If we're changing 3 to 4 costumes and sometimes we got one room to do it in, congratulations.
Right. Exactly. Like everybody has a naked body underneath their clothes. I just feel like, okay, whatever. Like it's not that serious.
Yeah. It's really not. Like the fact, it's funny when you run into like adults and they be like, the fact that you've only seen like 3 people naked and one of them is you is shocking.
Yeah.
Like, how did you was in gym class? Go to the gym now. Like I catch like 3 or 4 strays every time I go in the locker room. I'm like, God damn it.
I feel like that's only in the guys' locker room. Like I feel like women's locker rooms, you do not see that much nudity.
Yeah, no. I feel like I saw like maybe one. It's always an old lady like in the sauna or like in the hot tub or something, and she's normally just topless. So
it's always some dude explaining to somebody else how he blew his ACL out, and they got his like knee up on the thing. Like, oh god damn it, bro! That's wild. And there's 85 towels on the rack. He didn't take one. I said, bro, that's a choice.
He said that's his free space.
It is, but I'd be like, fuck, why your safe space gotta be like, I can't even be mad. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just be like, gotta let my man rock.
So, Twerk, clearly you are very confident with your body. Mm-hmm. Have you always had that much confidence in your own skin, or was that something you had to obtain for yourself?
I think it really came from when I used to strip. Before I started dancing, it was always something that was like a last resort job for me in life. And eventually I got to the point where I was just like, I'm tired of not having nothing. I need some money. Let me take my ass on over to the strip club. And so when I auditioned, I was so nervous because like I didn't really think about the process of auditioning until I got there and they're like, you have to get up on stage. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, what am I going to do? Like, there's people here. They're going to see me, blah, 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 whatever. But I saw all the other girls and they were all so comfortable and like it didn't like mean anything. And so it just made me feel like, okay, what do I have to be nervous about? Like, you know, everybody in here is confident, like, and you have to be confident to make money in the club anyway. So it's like, whether you feel like you're the ideal body image or whatever, like you're somebody's ideal something and you're going to make money, you know? So it's like, it just kind of helped, like, because on a consistent basis, it's like people coming in, complimenting you all the time and stuff. And then, you know, your pockets aren't so flat anymore. They're starting to get thick. So it's like, oh my God, like, okay.
Yeah, you compliments me more when there's $1 attached. Because it's
right.
like,
or 20 or 100.
Right. You're like, damn, you like me.
And that definitely helped me. Like, it was that, you know, getting up on stage, like, naked. It's like, people are so enthralled by that. And to me, I'm just like, now at this point, I'm like, whatever, it's just a naked body. But it's like funny to me that like it's even a thing that people will pay to like see girls dance naked. I'm like, it's just a dance, whatever. But like it's very empowering to dance, like, you know, to pole dance and everything. Yeah. For a lot of women who have like gone through sexual trauma, it's almost like reparations. Like these dudes come in here, they gotta pay to see my naked body. Ain't shit in here free. They got to pay whether they want to dance, whether they just want to get through the door, you know?
Yes.
So like, it's just so many aspects of it. And then like the sisterhood, like other girls, they're in there just like hyping you up and everything. Like, it's just so many aspects, but like, I feel like all of that contributed. And then pole dancing in itself is an exercise. So like, I was like going to the gym, I was pole dancing and my body like got really tight and everything. And so that also made me feel like more confident in myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I think, first of all, I love what you said, reparations, get into it. I was like, ooh, let me remember that when I'm feeling like reparations.
He said they got to pay what they weigh.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think a good group of women always like is the best thing to hype up your confidence.
Yes.
Because a majority of the time there's not really anything behind it. So it's like it is genuine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can trust what they're saying. They're not going to lie to you because we have no reason at this point.
Right.
So I feel like that's a lot of what hypes me in cosplay, and just my day-to-day is just a lot of my female friends. And of course, JJ hypes me all the time.
Oh yeah.
Sure. I'm number one
like,
fan still now.
The cosplay community is so great.
Huh?
Oh, the cosplay community is so great. Yes. Like it'll be like literal strangers you have never met in your life, and they will just like hype every photo you ever post, every story. And it's like even more so than family might support you. Like this person is like, where are you going to be? I want to meet you, sending you money for costumes, whatever. Like there are like some really like legit friends like out of cosplay. Like people are just so supportive. Like I love that it's like just this thing where like, you know, we see each other, we're all like doing the same thing. And it's like, yo, that was like the most amazing black cat. Like, oh my God, like sharing each other in our stories and stuff like that. And it's like people like genuinely get excited, like, you know, to see each other. Like, I love that. Like, it's just such a welcoming community.
Yeah, it really is. And then on top of that, for like most of our close friends to all be through cosplay, it's wild.
It is. Yeah. Like you can really just meet some real ones and just like this is going somewhere.
Right, exactly. Probably because we all have that crazy cosplay life in common.
Yeah, not only that, you gotta be a special individual to be like, you know what, I gotta do some public shit before I even get to the con in this cosplay. And I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. Like it is what it is.
Facts. Now, I know you were talking about photo shoots and how much you love them. Is that your favorite kind of content to make?
Yeah, because it's definitely not reels. The custom videos sometimes can be fun. I did have like someone hit me up. I think it was like on Instagram, and they were like, can you do a video like saying happy birthday to my friend, like of you twerking or whatever in a cosplay? And the guy paid me $150. And I was just like, yo, if this could be every day.
I know. How lovely.
Hey, I did like Sailor Moon. I did my ponytails. Huh?
I said, if there are any women, I'm not even discriminating. If there's anyone out there that wants to pay me $150 a pop to show anything right now.
You said show anything.
Anything.
It's all up for grabs.
Hey, look, I'll filter through. Look, I'll answer the ones I'll actually do. But you know what I mean? It's nice to cast a wide net and then be like, fuck no. Yeah, no. Viable, maybe. Yes, no. Like, but I gotta at least have a. I can.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, damn. It was okay. I'm like a big birthday person. Like, I just kind of go above and beyond for like people's birthdays. Like, it's a weird thing I do. Yeah. So like that was really cool to me to be able to like celebrate this dude's birthday with the video. And I did Sailor Moon. It was like my sexier, like lingerie type Sailor Moon cosplay. I put the ponytails in and I had like, my 8-inch heels on and stuff. And I'm just like doing this whole video. And it was like a lot of fun. And I'm like, had this little message in there or whatever. That was cool. But like, it was for a reason, like for someone, for their birthday or whatever. If I have to just think of a video, I'm like, all right, let me do like whatever cosplay character twerking. And then I watch it and I'm like, I hate this. Now I have to do it again. Do it again. And it's like, I really am like that critical. So that's why like videos are not my thing. It really is photos. And Instagram right now makes me miss the Instagram like pre-monetization because like back in the day, it was just pictures of a fucking sandwich or something that you're eating for lunch. And it wasn't about making money. It was just like, hey, this is something from my day. And like the picture part was like what it was about. And now it's just so many other things. Like
you had to be artistic. Now it's just like you got to be clouded up. You got to make sure you use the right
They want it to be TikTok
on
now.
the right day. And make
like
sure
even the popularization of Reels, I felt like that kind of messed up my content because I was like more of a photo person. And then I'm like, okay, let me think of like funny Reels to do and stuff. And then like the amount of work it takes to make a video that's like 5 fucking seconds is insane. Like I'd literally be working on stuff for hours and I'm like, how does this make sense? And I would think of like funny ideas and stuff, but then I'm like, I can't be consistent with this if I have another job. Like there's literally like people who really like go hard with it, but they have like that time to dedicate. And for me, I'm just like, am I gonna go to sleep or?
and then to wake up to 400 views hurts.
Yeah,
that shit be burning me up. I'll be like, oh my God, I went without. Like I probably like you don't even know. And then you know what? It'd be the shit you don't even want to pop that pop. You just be trying to make some shit just to keep you afloat.
Right.
You come back, you be like, 12K, this ain't even me. Like this is. I was just throwing some shit out.
Right.
The algorithm don't give a fuck.
No,
it don't.
I end up saving so many different reels like for ideas and things like that. Then I like hardly ever go back. I'm like, I'm too tired. Now that I've looked at all these, I'm done.
Oh yeah, I have some reels like in the drafts folder, and I'm just like, whatever.
Oh shit!
So one day I'll make this content.
No, I saw that one from like last summer with like a lightsaber. I said, I don't even know what the fuck I was going for. Like it's half done, and I watch it sometimes. I'm like, maybe one day I'll figure out what I was planning to do next.
And then it's like you can also have an idea, and it not work out the way you want it to work out. Like I did this video where I was like Snow White and she's like in the bathroom turning the tub on and like Dopey comes in and he's like jerking off and like nuts on her. And like my friend was here and I'm telling him everything I wanted him to say in the video. And he's like, I'm not going to say that, blah, blah, blah. And so I didn't even get like the voiceover part. It was just like Snow White, and then you see like the nut on her butt, and that was the real.
With no noise, just a quiet nut, just like a serial killer. Like, that nigga was just in the corner, no noise. Just.
Like the only sound was like the sound of the shower turning on, and then when I feel like the nut hit my butt, I'm like, "What the fuck, Dopey?" And like that was the real.
Oh my God, that's so unhinged. I love it because he didn't say shit, but like that's so crazy. Wait, what did you want him to say? Because I need to know.
Wait, and it was not real nut. It was literally like coconut milk mixed with like coffee creamer and all kinds of white shit to make it.
Hold on. To be
like
fair, I'm gonna be completely honest. I assumed you didn't commit because like if he wasn't gonna say the line, I don't think he was gonna nut. Like I'm gonna be completely honest. That's a couple levels high. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if he wasn't gonna buy the like silver package, I knew he wasn't springing for the platinum.
I was like, I gotta explain that part because people are gonna be like, "Well, was it real nut? It was not real nut." But wild. I did like a couple videos like that.
I'm happy you said that because I didn't even have that as a concern.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just took it too far.
No. Sometimes you gotta be clear.
Cool. No, be clear. Be clear.
In these internet streets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody's mad
I did like.
I was hoping it was real.
Right.
Huh?
I said somebody's mad right now. They turned the podcast off. They're like, God damn! I was hoping it was real.
Oh my gosh. Nah. I did like a couple of videos like that. I think I had like a Catwoman one like that. Somebody asked me about doing Black Cat, and I don't think I got around to like doing that version of the Black Cat video. But like, it was just funny stuff. But like, the reels kind of like, I feel like just distracted me from like what I wanted to do as far as like photo shoots, and that really is my favorite. And like, it's just a whole vibe. Like, you know, with the photo shoots, like. With reels, I'm like, with my content, you never really like hear me talk. I don't even like talk in my stories. I'm just not like a video kind of person. So like photos are good because like I'm quiet. Like I'm not saying nothing. Just look at the picture.
Yeah, that was me too. Because I felt like the photos was like an outlet. It was like I could do the photography part that I liked. And like you said, it'd be like a sandwich or something for my day. And I felt like I could find artistic ways to do that. But then also it's selfies and it's photo shoots and it's whatever else. And I used to love that. And now it's so much talking and I get so much anxiety that I'm just like, is this good? Is this good? Is this
Nobody can tell. Your content is so good.
Girl, I hate all of it. And I asked JJ, and my new rule is like, I'll ask JJ, and if he says yes, I'm just gonna hit post because you know what?
No, because it's already fired.
He's not gonna send me to do nothing that's gonna embarrass me.
Yeah.
No, there's only ever been like one time where I was like, maybe not this, but not because it's bad. Let's change the caption. That's all.
But that honesty, though, Sagittarius people love honesty, and we're overthinkers.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was like, look, I love you enough to make sure you never look foolish.
Yeah,
and I'll ask this for the same because I was like, just tell me the truth. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm like, thank God, because I was like, shit.
Who doesn't want somebody that's gonna be honest in their circle? Like,
right,
for real.
Do you have a character or a certain kind of content that's most requested of you?
Like certain kind of content would definitely be like twerking videos, whether they're like
by name.
No.
Whether it's like, you know, cosplay or, you know, in the nude, whatever. As far as like cosplay characters that people request the most, I feel like I've done like so many that there's not really one in particular that I got like a lot of requests for, because I would just kind of put up whatever I wanted to do. And here's the thing with that. See, on Instagram, people will be in the DMs all the time talking about, do this character, do this character. Where is the Cash App with the money for the costume? Because it's my fucking page and I'm going to cosplay what I want to cosplay. And if you want to see something, you can sure as hell pay for it. Amen. Otherwise, I don't care if I want to fucking be the Easter bunny. That shit is going to go up there.
Hey, here comes Peter Cottontail hopping down the bunny tail. Hippity hoppity Easter's on its way.
But there have been people who have been like, I want to see you as like such and such character, and they will pay for the costumes. And like, you know, that I can respect, because this is such an expensive hobby. Like you end up having to like keep a lot of costumes and like repurposing them to make like other costumes. And then like for me, I like to do like a lot of new stuff, but I realize like I literally cannot wear costumes in every facet of life. So I can't spend all my money on cosplay. So like it is helpful.
I try.
It is helpful if people like, you know, want to see something and they send the money. Funny, like I was substitute teaching for Halloween, and like the teachers were allowed to wear costumes or whatever. And so I literally said to myself, what do I have that's appropriate to wear around children? Nothing. I ended up wearing Chun-Li, but with leggings underneath and without the stripper shoes that I wear with every cosplay. And we had to do a parade around town in the costumes. So I was like, thank God I didn't wear heels.
Yes.
But I was like, yeah, all my cosplay is sexy. I don't have nothing that's appropriate.
And then you were like, I got it. Mystique.
Like,
talking about losing your job that day.
Oh my gosh, that took forever to do. That body paint.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it came out like it took forever to do.
Gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Something you should be proud of. Hey, shameless plug. Go to her page. Look at all that stuff.
Yeah,
the
for
Mystique,
fact.
the Chun-Li, all of it.
All of the above. Do you have you learned any new kinks or terms while working in these industries?
Listen, nothing new because I've been knowing about a lot, and it's funny because my friends will like bring up certain stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's snowballing. You don't know what that is? Like, I'm like, I know about all of it.
I do. That's wild though, but I do.
Like, it's funny to me because I'm like, I know a lot. It doesn't mean I do everything, but you know, it's 2023. Sexuality is fluid. Like, you know, we like what we like, whatever.
Literally, different strokes for different folks. I don't got to do it to know what it is.
Exactly.
And I'm not judging you. I'm just like, wow, the world's crazy. Like I was like, you don't know what nobody's doing.
Let me tell you, I'm not good with like abbreviations and with like a bunch of letters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, just say the words. I feel like I always forget what certain things are, or there's like also a company that's called that. So now that's you're like, what are these things? Like I lose track of all that. I'm always like, just say the words.
Right.
What do you want? You're like, it's like the Notebook. It was like, it's not that simple.
Right. It's not that simple. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I feel like I learn stuff all the time, but then normally you know what it is. You're like, I lived in Atlanta.
Yeah, I lived a whole life. So
yeah.
Hey, I said it how I said it. Take it how you will.
I mean, I lived in Maryland, but
yeah,
my parents kept us far from things.
You can learn a lot in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Have I ever? The East Side raised me.
And
better or worse, East Atlanta. So,
listen, Atlanta's one of those places. When I pop up, I don't even say nothing.
I don't know. It's Atlanta, one of them places. What's understood don't even gotta be explained.
Pretty much.
It's like the city know when you're there too. It's like the spider tingle. Just
Look, I think one of the most requested things for me in the past used to be feet pictures. Oh. Because for years, people would request feet pictures or be like, I see your feet in this picture. And I'd be like, okay. Like, yeah, they're in there. I don't know.
I meant the one thing I did in costume.
Right, exactly. Okay. And I just thought, just like you said, like, I'm like, am I missing the bag?
Right.
But then like now I have OnlyFans and things like that, and no questions about feet at all.
I haven't gotten any requests on OnlyFans for feet pics, but one of my photographers was like, you need a feet OnlyFans, like a feet Twitter, like feet are so popular, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, I already got to do content with my body. Now I got to do a whole separate thing for my feet. That's a lot. That's a lot.
And then I'm like, what do my feet need to do? Just be there?
Oh my God.
I don't know what. That's when taking your own pictures, I'm really confused. I'm like, can I even get a good angle of my own feet? Like,
I did do a foot job video for I don't even know if it made it to my OnlyFans because it was like so much shit in the Google Drive. Like it was hard to upload everything. But it was a foot job video that I created for OnlyFans.
See, ideas.
That shit is a leg workout for the gods.
Tiring.
That is a fucking calf workout, thigh workout, everything workout. Yeah.
Wait, I gotta ask. To completion?
No.
Thank God.
I need to know.
I was like, hey, just to know, because I was like, God damn, that's a lot. That's a commitment. I was like, I hope you charge.
Listen, if it was to completion, I would have like the best calf muscles on the universe. Like,
no, you would be Elon Musk for what you charge. Give me a SpaceX.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Well, it has been quite a lovely show. Before we leave, I just wanted to go ahead and ask one of our fan questions. I think we skipped that probably our last episode. But let's see. One of our fans asked us, what is the best platform to advertise for your OnlyFans, Fansly, etc.? What do you think?
So I would have to say Twitter. That's what like a lot of people use. Or okay, there's Twitter and there's Reddit. It's like whatever you prefer. Because Reddit, you kind of have to work for people to like see what you're posting on there. Yeah. Twitter, you can just kind of sign up and like your shit is just out there, whatever. But Reddit is not as easy to like break into.
Nice. I don't even advertise my OnlyFans much or like hardly at all.
Oh yeah. Like I don't really like, I did the Twitter route and I never really got into it with Reddit, but like I know people that were like using those and it was like working for them and stuff. But like if you're already taking the time to make the content and then you're like taking even more time to like advertise it, it's just like a lot of time going into that. And yeah, it's just like about time management. So
oh yeah, for facts. I always post it in my story and then I'm always wondering like, because I don't even use Twitter for my regular cosplay stuff or anything. Like I have a Twitter page. Is it used? Not at all. Oh, yeah. And I'm always like seeing, like you said, a lot of my friends use Twitter and that seems to work really well. And I'm like, should I put my stuff on Twitter? Is that what I feel like doing? And I mean, it ends up being like everything else. It's just your own boundaries and your own time frame and what your schedule looks like and everything.
Because the thing with Twitter is if people really don't care to pay, they will go on your Twitter and watch every little 4-second clip or whatever and like never become a paying customer.
Right.
Yes.
Because they're gonna see bits and pieces on there. Like people don't really show everything. Like it might be like she's sucking dick, but you don't see the dick. You just see like her mouth. Like but they are using their imagination. Like
but that makes sense. Like if she'd been on Twitter for a year and she got 27 clips and each of them were like 4 seconds long and you're just scrolling, I could see somebody being like, well, I didn't even make it halfway through.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Basically.
Oh my God.
Like,
this
bro,
is so random. You
gotta at least tip her or something, bro. You gotta.
Right. This is so random, but it was like a little note I wrote to like just throw into the conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
So my funniest OnlyFans story. I have like 2.
I want to hear these.
The first one is like really short. I was like making a pole dancing video. My pole was not secure enough. And so I went to do a fan kick and the pole like slid in the ceiling. Now that one, I was like, damn, that would be a funny ass blooper for me to throw up there. I don't think I just edited that part out.
Right.
The funny video that I did post, I did this bunny video. It was like a girl on girl, like we did like a dildo fight and I forget what she was, but I was a bunny. She was like something else. And she gave me this lube to use for like my bunny tail butt plug. And I was so excited about this butt plug because I really wanted to cosplay it for OnlyFans.
Right.
So she was like, it was anal numbing lube, which is not the same as like a lube that you would use for a butt plug.
Right.
So I put the anal numbing lube on the butt plug, but the problem with it is it's very slippery. So like I'm doing this video, I'm like talking, like in my video, I'm telling them how excited I was about this butt plug. I turn around, I start twerking, the butt plug falls out onto the floor, which makes it look like I have a loose booty, but it was.
Oh no.
And that one I posted because I was like, this is funny as shit. Like you just see the tail drop and then my jaw drops.
Bro, I'm dead.
No, you know what I pictured? I'm gonna be completely honest. I pictured somebody being like pathetic and then like close. They're like, no.
Oh my god.
They're like nodded. They're like nodded, falling out.
And then the other thing with it was,
you're like, my butt's numb. I don't know.
My butt cheeks were like pressing against the tail, which is round. So like the action of me twerking and the lube being slippery was just gonna like slide it out of my butt crack.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's a chemical reaction. I learned about that in science class. When two forces meet, like what happened? Kinetic energy and all that. Hey, I at least got a B+ in science.
That's the best. I feel like I don't even have any funny stories yet. I got to make more content.
You'll have some. Something will happen.
The funny story is me trying to figure out how to create this content because half the time I feel the opposite of sexy if I'm not actually doing a sexual act. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, if it's just me in a room, like I'm like,
but you know what? The funny shit, like they like that stuff too. Like I did like a Foxy Love butt plug video where I was dancing to like What the Fox Says. Yeah. And like people were like interacting with that video. I'm like, this is some dumbass shit. Why do y'all like this?
No, you're right. Like you can stand up and be like, woo, helicopter. And you'd be like, this is dumb. And it'll be like 45 likes. Right.
They love
it's always the stuff you don't expect.
Yeah, I just can't. Like I said, not only is the algorithm weird, I just don't understand what's like what. Like even on Instagram, I remember everybody was like, "Hoochie Daddy shirt content. Do this, because nobody else is." I'm like, "Fine, bet." I was like, "I'll do whatever." And then like you go somewhere else and like, "That's not the content we want. We want this." I'm like, "Wait, but why'd you say that?" Like,
right. Why'd you say you wanted this?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I think a lot of I get a lot of positive feedback on balloon videos. Like a lot of people like balloon play, but like when I try to make those videos, I'd be like, I guess I'm blowing a balloon up now. Like I'm always here's balloon, y'all. Like I feel so stupid half the time because I'm like, I don't know exactly what somebody wants out of this.
I get that though, because I'm like, I just do whatever, and I'm like, I don't even know if y'all are gonna like this, but what you gonna get out of me is like butt plugs, some twerking,
right?
Like I don't know what else, like you know. Like cake smashing is like a thing now, and I'm like, that would be fun, but also very messy to have icing like all of your
everywhere.
But like it's cute or whatever.
Because you gotta buy the cake, not eat it, sit on it, and still not eat it, and then like,
and just twerk like on top of the cake, like smash it up.
Hey, there's some parts you didn't smash, which you know. Hey, maybe the part, you know what? Nah, the real bag is the parts you smash. You got to sell them to people. You know how people be buying bathwater and shit?
Yeah.
Hey, they twerked on cake. Somebody, oh God, you're gonna get some weird response videos. As long as you're prepared for that, but make them pay you to watch it.
Right. Exactly.
Facts. Well, anywho,
welcome to my TED Talk.
Right. Cake smashing.
Yeah. How to cake smash and make cake cash with that cake ass.
There it is.
There you go.
I'm stealing that logo.
Go for it. Look, I can't use it. I'm not finna do this shit. That one's all you.
Hey, people might want to see you cake smash. You never know.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't want to see those people. I'm sorry. I thought I wasn't prejudiced, but let me tell you. Let me get one message in my DMs. JJ, please smash that cake with your ass. Blocked.
Oh my God.
Unfollow.
That thing be saying, that booty be bootying.
And it's not no booty on cake. Times are not that dire. I will go pick cans up on the side of the road right now and be the recycling facility.
Oh my gosh. My cheeks hurt from laughing so much.
I say that. Oprah or any other lady out there with like a substantial amount of money, this is not, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the common folk. You're throwing up zeros on the end of it.
Oh
you
my
can
God.
pick the cake, tiramisu, red velvet. Life changing.
Leche.
Yeah, hey, look, exactly. Look. Cookies and cream. I'm trying to tell you it.
That's wrong.
Hey, the highest bidder.
Damn.
So with that being said,
can I say one more thing? I'm done. I promise.
Yes.
I promise. Anybody out there that like you got a number? I'm gonna tell you. Let somebody say a legit $1 million, like, and it's really yours. Everybody's sitting on the cake.
If they offer you the million, Charlie and I are going to be in the video too, and we going to get a cut.
What? Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm making more. The price. Hey, look. Now at that point, we're making more money because today's prices were not yesterday's prices. If I got you and Charlie.
Thanks.
Yeah, throw some more zeros on that thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Twerk, where can people find you?
So the only thing I'm like really like semi-active on these days is Instagram right now. And my Instagram is Cosplay Twerk, TWERK. Because depending on what time period you come from, songs spell it different ways. I spell it TWERK.
Facts. Does Usher spell it that way? Is that what?
Usher, yeah.
I feel like there was a like TWURK.
Yeah.
It was like the URRK. I was like, damn, like twerk.
Yeah.
A woman with some twerk in her. That's when it was.
Yeah.
That was that era.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you all for having me.
This was an amazing conversation.
Oh, for sure.
It was.
Top tier.
Yeah, we actually got a little dirty today.
We did.
Yay!
Because look, she's in the closet now. I'm going to say, welcome to the dirty place.
Oh, I wore something special. So since we're at the end, this is my dirty closet pal.
Yeah. That's the promo. That's how we get people. Look, hold on, I should have took a screenshot. God damn, that was perfect.
That's surprise of the night.
Yeah, thank you.
I was like, let me do something a little wild, since I always got to do the most.
Yay!
We always knew you were a real A1 since day one, and we love you.
Love y'all too. Thank you so much for having me.
For sure, anytime. Dirty Closet Pals, keep your closet filthy. We're out.
Adios.